Alright, what's up, everybody? We're doing that Nome 4 recap.
Yeah, it's Mad Dog Killer, son.
Yeah, took place in Urban Plaza.
Yeah.
Pretty decent event. We should interview with my man Two First on the whole event. What do you think about the whole event?
If I was gonna rate the whole event, I'd give it like a B.
Yeah.
Could have easily been a A minus.
I feel you. All right, as far as like just getting into the building, you know what I mean, waiting outside, security, you know what I mean. What you think about everything? Just getting into the event.
Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. The security was one of the weakest versions of security I've seen.
Right.
Not really searching people. You could have came in there with whatever.
What was the atmosphere like outside? Just people, with people being ignorant or,
The atmosphere outside was decent. It was calm. They actually had a little street battle going on. Bringing it back to that since I kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing about it, people were smoking their weed. You know what I mean? People ain't on back.
Yo, man. People were smoking that loud, like crazy, man. It was crazy how much they was smoking in there, man. That when you consider yourself the NBA of battle rap, you gotta set some standards at some point. And dudes want to smoke. Smack had it before. You smoke outside, get in there, enjoy the event, and then leave. Smoke when you leave. Not everybody want to smell that side smoke.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel you. All right, now getting into the event and starting. There was some big surprises. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of felt like maybe some people didn't. The people you expected to come with it, didn't come with it. As far as the battles going.
That was. I mean, I guess that's what they always say. That's why you play the games, because there was two big surprises. I really did not expect. We got to start talking about, Big T and being overrated.
Right.
I think he's definitely overrated. I don't see him as a top tier battle rapper at all. This last two showings, suspect. And
TNA's performance.
Oh man, that's another dude that was slipping for me. Like I seen him live at the Soul event, the that sneaker box, and a couple other battles, and I was like, I had DNA in my top 10, then he slipped out of it. My dude last night, DNA is in my top 5 out of that, man. He performed. Like you should not be able to freestyle like that on this big a stage against a dude like Ill Will and kill.
Right.
Kill.
And then another guy, that kind of surprised us, who was on the tear for a minute, was B Magic. Definitely seemed like he didn't, he wasn't on top of his craft.
I heard some things about B Magic about this thing. I heard he was on a plane. I heard he got there real late. He didn't look prepared in between the rounds. I've never seen B Magic look at his cell phone and look like he was reading his bars.
Right.
B Magic normally have his stuff down and he's just enjoying the ride. And then when he get up there, he was not prepared. So B Magic style. I will get into that in the recap, what I think.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, we'll get right into the battles. First battle was John the Dawn versus Reed. What do you think?
This is what killed me, man. I really rock out with my man Reed. I really was. The whole crowd was anticipating Reed Dollars. I mean, he really had an opportunity. Even his first couple of bars, people was like, "Oh, Reed." And it wasn't even that crazy, but they just wanted to rock with Reed so hard that his first few bars, they gave him the cheers and everything, and it was like, all right, we're going to give you the platform. Go ahead. Go get him.
Right.
And it was like, I don't know. It wasn't there. And John, this had to be one of the better Johns I've seen. If it's not number 1, it's definitely number 2 John I've seen. John was prepared. John showed the difference between what battle rap is now and what battle rap was. And it was clearly oil and water. This was a body bag. You felt it was a body bag while it was going on. Reed's bars and wordplay was dated, and he would have been better off rhyming like how he rhymed 10 years ago and just rocking out with that style, you know, than trying to change his style to match what's going on today, because he just didn't do it.
Gotcha.
3-0 John John.
3-0 John John.
Yeah, clearly. No debate.
Gotcha. All right, number 2, verb. A verb versus Goods the Animal. What you think?
This was a real good battle. This was a little bit of a surprise for me. You know, I honestly think that Verb brought it the first round. Goods did what he do. The crowd was really
rocking.
Yeah, they were rocking with Verb. Heavy. This was the best New York crowd for Verb in a long time. Well, he didn't alienate the crowd like how he normally do too. But his bars was tight.
Right.
He actually was saying stuff that people, it was almost like the old Verb. I kept saying, yo, that's the old Verb. That's the old Verb. And sometimes that's what people want, the old shit.
Right.
So, Verb's, he had a couple of bars. He was talking about keeping the iron low, like anemic. He had some stuff where he was going in, and he was going in for that win. Honestly, it's debatable. I know people gonna say Goods, but I'm going 2-1 Verb.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Gotcha. Would you say it's a clear win for him, or would you say like maybe, you know?
Nah, it's not a clear win. It's not a clear win for Verb, and it's not a clear win for Goods.
Gotcha.
It's definitely not a clear win for either one. It's just a matter of what you like. They both got swag. They both got stage presence. They both brought a lot of their game to it. It's just, to me, I think Verb edged them because I think Verb had slightly better bars and Goods had slightly better schemes. So it just depends on what you want.
Gotcha. All right. We talked about this earlier. The third battle was Big T, B Magic. What do you think of this battle?
This battle was one of the most I guess disappointing is the word I could put. I mean, they should give Smack back his money for that battle. It was horrible. I mean, Big T performance, he just should not be on the big stage. There's PG dudes that would tear Big T right now. I know 50 said he's his favorite. He looked real good in that Sue Surf battle, but Big T, his bars were whack. He had something about, my bars is nuts like cashews, and everybody's looking around like, that's it? I mean, his Shalaka Boom and the other thing, it's old. It's almost like the multiple trace. Nobody wants to hear that no more. I mean, he needs to get up there and look clean. He looks dirty. He looks like he's like just rolled out of bed. And when you're a top tier dude, you got to come looking a certain way, man. So the only thing that saved Big T was B Magic style. Let's just keep it stacked. It's a lot better than Big T's style. He's like a Gatling gun with his raps and with his bars. It's just that Magic didn't remember his rhymes for whatever reason. He wasn't prepared. He flew in that same day, so he choked. He choked real bad. It was one of the worst chokes. He choked, and you could see him trying to remember where he was, and then he just said to himself, "Oh, I'm just going to start my rhyme off from the beginning," and he just caught, like, you see him like ghosting his rhymes, and you were like, then he just went to the point like, forget it. Then he choked again. So I'll say by default, Big T 2-1. But to me, there was no winner in that battle. If you ask me, I wouldn't even rate that. I don't even care what people say. Who won that? It was just a waste.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Enough said. We'll move on to the next one. Number 4 was Young Gaddis versus Miss Hustle. What do you think about this battle? And where do you think it rates as far as the night goes?
This one arguably could be considered the best battle of the night. I could see people saying between this battle and Verb and Goods, but Young Gaddis brought it. Miss Hustle brought it. It depends on what you like. You know, if you like, you know, jokes and, you know, like snapping on people, then you're gonna go with Gaddis. If you like that street bars and, you know, a little bit of snaps, but more of that intimidation, stage presence, and bars, you're gonna rock with Miss Hustle. I went with Miss Hustle 2-1. You know, she was definitely bringing that thing.
Yeah, definitely. All right, number 5, Rex versus Cortez.
I would say B Magic and Big T was the worst battle of the night and the most disappointing. Or I could just say that was the most disappointing. And Rex and Cortez was the worst battle of the night because they kept cutting off Cortez.
Right.
Let him finish. Smack was in a rush. He looked at his clock and he knew that he had to get in like 3 battles in like 45 minutes. And then he started going to the contract and saying, you know, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, whatever per person. And I guess, you know, Rex was looking at Smack each time Cortez was rapping like, yo, it's over 2 minutes. Yo, it's over 2 minutes. Rex was looking at Smack and Smack said, oh, time. And to me, it seemed like if Rex was getting to rap a little bit over 2 minutes. That's just how it seemed to me in the building. I could be wrong. I need to look it over and see. But I would say this one, it did seem like if Rex's bars was hitting more in the building, people was reacting more. I would go, if I had to go, I'd go 2-1 Rex. I know Cortez went off a little in the third, but then he just kept getting cut off.
Right. Okay. Number 6, Ill Will DNA. What do you think about this battle and where it rates in the night?
Ill Will DNA. Yo, you know what? I gotta be honest. I really went in there totally expecting Ill Will to win. I gave DNA a chance because you just never know. He not only freestyles and rebuttals, but he freestyles and rebuttals off of what's going on with his opponent, what's going on with the night, or any other battle. So he's paying attention to the other battles. A lot of battle rappers don't do that. They either drinking, talking to other people, or trying to recite their rhymes. He's paying attention to the other battles. He's paying attention to the night. And he actually makes up his rhyme based off of that. And when you see somebody is that creative and they can take the time and make it like hit, you got to give him like special credit on that. That's got to rank up there with, you know, Holla the Don or something, you know, something like that. And it's appreciated. It's recognized and appreciated. So his bars was hitting. Everything he did was hitting. His first round was the best round of the night. I mean, DNA had that building shaking.
Right.
And you felt good. You was like, yo, this is why I like battle rap, you know, and this is why I travel 200 and something miles, or this is why I travel on a plane, and this is why I pay for the hotel because I want to see this kind of performance.
Right.
Ill Will, he's got to stop thinking that he can win on swag alone, or a couple of punchlines, or trying to freestyle, especially when you going up against a dude that can freestyle his ass off.
Yeah.
So if your freestyles ain't hitting, DNA had bars he went to. I mean, his freestyles was hitting, but he had bars that he went to too. If your freestyles ain't hitting, you gotta have bars. And Ill Will didn't have bars, and the crowd wasn't really rocking with him. They was calling time, they were booing him. You know, it was what it is.
Like you said before, you know, kind of people like when you kind of bring yourself from the past, and it definitely seemed like maybe DNA kind of brought his ferociousness that he had from when he first got into the game. You know what I mean? Most
definitely, man. DNA seemed like he brought his
very hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he dipped in the bag. He went back, and he brought like combinations of DNA. He brought some DNAs that was good against, you know, some other dudes that he battled, and like when he battled Disaster, he brought some DNAs that, you know, where he was up against. I think maybe it's because he's going up against a guy that could freestyle, and he considers him a freestyle battle rapper, and that brings him, you know, to a certain level. Like if he battled Hollow the Don, you would probably see an epic battle, because every battle now that I've seen him go up against a rebuttaler or a freestyler, you see the absolute best DNA. Disaster, Ill Will. I swear, if he go up against Hollow the Don, you know, it would be a crazy battle, I'm sure.
Gotcha. All right, and then moving on, you know, as time went on, you know, it's kind of, they were dragging on things, I guess, to a certain extent. They did try to rush some things, but, you know, starting the event late, you know, and it kind of led up to nobody seeing, none of us getting to see the Clips versus Tay Rock battle. What do you think about that, and how do you think other people that attended the event felt that they didn't get to see maybe the headliner of the event?
Well, that right there was one of the most disappointing parts of the night. I was very disappointed. You know, everybody, you could tell in the crowd, you know, as each battle was going on, you know, Smack was like, yo, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. People was feeling a little, you know, rushed. And we got that. But, you know, everybody was like, yo, we got to see that the Tay Rock clips. Even a lot of the battle bars for other people that night was talking about Charlie Clips, was saying something about Tay Rock. So everybody had them on their mind, including the battle rappers. And to culminate the night with bright lights and no Tay Rock, Charlie Clips was a serious letdown. I mean, Smack was on the cusp, to me, of really shutting a lot of leagues down with the criticisms and the things with the URL. Don't get me wrong, I think the URL still brings him in. Kid Capri was there. You know, he had the Giants people, he had, you know, Graph, he had Jadakiss and all. You know, he definitely, you know, like Jay-Z said, bring him out, bring him out. He definitely had that, but to finish the night without Tay Rock and Clips and you know, everybody anticipating that.
Everybody paying their money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know they didn't want to battle. They didn't want to battle feeling rushed. I know you get the best Clips when he can rhyme till he finish. You know, Clips don't start. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.